Hi, this is a continuation of the last video, and I wanted to talk a little bit further about the vision and dream that I had. One was of the meteors, and the other one is of the planets being blown up with a laser beam, and of what the stars, the heavenly hosts, represent, and God had ordained them according to the scriptures. And we see a lot of people doing a lot of things about the stars and the moon and the sun, and we know that according to Genesis, God created these things where they're not to be worshipped. Anytime an angel appeared, which the angels are stars, that were obeying God, they always said, worship God only, don't worship me, because many of them saw them and they were so bright and so beautiful that they would fall down in worship. They would be afraid. But we need to remember that there's only one God, and we need to worship Him, and not the stars, the sun, or the moon. Many religions and practices are worshiping the sun, the moon, and the stars, which is not right. I'm not going to judge them because I'm not the judge, but we as Christians should correct each other and teach each other the way everlasting, which is Jesus Christ and His way. And He never worshipped the stars. He always went to the Father. He asked Him what to do, and then He obeyed what the Father said to do. He listened and He obeyed. He read His Word, He prayed, and He fed the poor. He raised the dead. His works are amazing. The things that He did was amazing. He gives life. He gives sight to the blind and the deaf, with which, we know that many are walking around here blind and deaf right now, spiritually, and following after the practices of men, trying to clean themselves in order to get to heaven, and nobody can clean themselves enough. Nobody can say enough prayers. Nobody can do enough, chakra, whatever. Nobody can do enough in order to get to heaven. And, it's the duality, the tree of the knowledge of the good and evil, and everybody's trying to do the higher consciousness to get to heaven, and it's not the way to get to heaven according to the scriptures. The scriptures are very clear that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and life, and nobody gets to the Father except through Him. And it really is all about getting to the Father. It's about His presence. It's about knowing the one true God and loving Him. I have here also the CERN machine, and it's called a Hadron Particle Collider, and it's basically a stargate. And since we're talking about stars and meteors, I wanted to tell you that the Pope has an office at CERN. Now, he has made himself a political leader and a religious leader, and he has met with all the religious leaders of the world and all the political leaders of the world, and they've been signing decrees. I don't know if you ever see them. They're usually at a table signing something, or they're having a meeting about something. So I want everybody to pay attention to that and understand that this machine, the CERN machine, has the 666 sign in it. It also has the Shiva of the Destroyer as their mascot in the front of the building. And it's built on top of a city that was Apollyon. We know that in the scriptures, Apollyon is the destroyer. It destroys things. And you can even, go as far as seeing the Stargate of that movie Stargate, and what happened whenever the things came through. They were the star people, I guess you could say, and they were the wicked ones and following the devil. And we who follow Christ, we are saved by grace, by His sacrifice, and believing in Him, that He's the Son of God. And we don't follow angels, stars. We don't follow the moon goddess, which in Mecca, a star fell, and they walk around it and make the constellations as they walk around it. But Muhammad did not, find that star first. It was there 2,000 years before Muhammad wrote the Quran, and other cultures worship the star that fell. It's an asteroid inside the box in Mecca. And we know that the asteroid that fell, and the meteor or whatever, fell in Russia, things happened right after it fell. Russia invaded Ukraine, and when the stars fell in Iran, just last fall. It was October, November, somewhere around that, December 2015. We know that Iran created videos that that were saying that they were going to go invade Israel and blow up the world, you know, different things like that. So, and they had 164-degree temperatures after those asteroids fell in Iran. So these falling stars, you know, according to the scriptures, they're angels, fallen angels. We know that God sends angels down, but that they're obeying the Father. There are those who don't obey the Father, that left their first estate. We talked about that in the previous video. So we're not to follow these stars. They teach man all sorts of things that are, according to the scriptures, an abomination to the Father. Hence, we've got a lot of destruction. We've got, you know, war machines. We've got nuclear physics and nuclear bombs, and we have, which that's what this particle machine, they claim it's for that, but we know that it's just basically a stargate, or for them to look into different dimensions. They say they wanted to create like a particle, the antimatter particle. But according to, well, I'm not going to